What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Swing Trade Shack back at it again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Viacom CBS, ticker symbol VIAC. I'm going to give a brief overview of some of the recent news, my entry point and breakdown of the stock as to why I purchased call options today, and my opinion on where I think the price is heading. So just to show on the screen, I bought 4 call options, strike price $45, expiring on June 18th, at a price of $4.90. So it's about $2,000 value. Wasn't too big of a position, but I don't like to play too much into options. But yeah, I'm going to be outlining why I took that trade today. So stick around. We're currently on the road to 500 subs, and once we hit that goal, I'll begin to release videos teaching you how to do your own technical analysis. But as always, if you enjoy this video, leave a like, comment as it helps me improve the content I provide, and subscribe for future videos. Now before we start, just a quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This video is intended for entertainment purposes only. Now let's get into it. Now, if you haven't watched my previous video on Viacom, give it a look as I provide more analysis on the stock. But to quickly recap, we saw a lot of liquidation in this stock as a result of the hedge fund receiving a margin call. The stock has lost more than 50% of its value, and it's been deemed to be undervalued to many. Now, today we saw our first green day in this stock ever since the liquidation, and there's been a bit of news that's come out. So Viacom is expanding its presence into Latin America. They're acquiring a small company that does provide streaming services over there. This acquisition is expected to expand Viacom's content offerings and boost user engagement levels, which would thereby attract advertising dollars. Now, I don't know if this is entirely what has made the market react to this, but there's also been this coupled with the belief that the liquidation has been mostly priced in and is behind us. So as I outlined in my last video, when I was looking at the volume, I had saw a lot of absorption at the support level, which made me too believe that we had saw the end of this down move based on the volume patterns. So today, what did we see? We saw an open below the support zone. Okay, this led me to originally believe that maybe we would see a break down below the support level and go to my next zone, which I did move up to 37.24. Now, what did we see? We saw an open and buyers just coming in. Okay, so at the time of the trade, it was looking as though we were going to see a bullish engulfing on the day, which is one of my favorite patterns to trade. Well, what did we end up seeing? A piercing pattern, which is pretty much as bullish to me as a bullish engulfing, just a bullish engulfing being a better pattern. And we also saw this on a spike of bullish volume. Now, when I take a trade, I don't make it solely on the daily or any one time frame. I like to do multiple time frame analysis. So when I do think about purchasing a stock, I always narrow down into a smaller time frame. So in this case, I dropped down to the 15-minute chart. So on the daily, we did look good. Now we just want to make sure our entry on the 15 matches up with the daily, and the trade still looks good on the daily chart based off our entry on the 15. So when we break down to the 15-minute chart, just to quickly draw it out, what we were looking at, we saw lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Then here we saw an equal low on huge volume, engulfing candle that engulfed the last 6 or 7 candlesticks. The big move to the upside. Now with this move, we broke the prior lower high and put in a higher high. Then we had a lower high here, higher high. So this broke the downtrend. It didn't confirm an uptrend yet, but we are seeing patterns indicating that an uptrend may be coming. And let me outline where I actually entered. So I had entered, we saw a higher high, higher low, higher high, lower high, or higher low, sorry. And this was the candlestick that I entered on. I did believe that we were going to continue to see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Had I not been at work, this would have been my ideal candlestick to enter at if I was able to see it, as we saw a break of the 50-day moving average, 10-day EMA, and 20-day EMA. Bullish engulfing pattern. Not a volume spike, but we did see a close above a pretty big bearish volume candle, which I do like. So there was a lot of catalysts on this. And on top of that, when I broke down to the daily chart, I was still seeing an engulfing pattern. So I really did like this trade. I did get in a bit late as I got in up here, but that's okay. This is not a day trade. So we saw it move up, down, and then on our very last 15 minutes, we saw a hammer candle for the very long wick to the downside, retesting this 50-day moving average. This was once a very red bar, but buyer stepped in and price closed above here at about 44.35. So right now, the trade does look healthy. Those are the reasons why I was bullish on it. There was a lot of catalysts and a lot of confluence on the charts that made me believe this is a good trade. Seeing this candlestick, I like. Volume spike, buyer stepped in, retested this 50-day moving average. It looks as though we're ready to move away from this level and break out of this zone. When you go back to the daily chart, you see a piercing pattern. So it looks good on our 50-minute chart. It looks good on our daily chart. Now, where do I think price is heading? As outlined in my prior video, I believe my first target is generally 38% of the previous down move, which would be 62.74. So I will be holding until I get to that level. Once I get to that level, I believe it will be way before my options actually expire. I will be selling my options in the money, and I'm expecting to see a very handsome return on this investment. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. This is the reasons as to why I entered this trade, why I'm bullish on this ticker. And I do believe this is a very good swing play. And I will see you guys in the next. Peace.